Hey students, today's lesson is on writing proportions. Our key idea to get started is that one way to write a proportion is to use a table. So here we have this table about how much it costs to purchase a certain amount of ringtones, and we can use this table to write proportions using either the columns or the rows. So let me show you what it looks like using the columns. We're going to set it up just like the table looks. So we're going to have two ringtones. Oops. Over $6 equals 3 ringtones over X dollars. So we're comparing last month 2 ringtones to $6 to this month 3 ringtones to X dollars. And we could solve that proportion to find out how much we used this month or how much we spent this month. Now, we could also use this table to set up the proportion using rows, and it would look kind of like it's turned on its side. So we're going to have 2 ringtones to 3 ringtones equals $6 to X dollars. So here we're doing ringtones to ringtones equals dollars to dollars. Either way we set up this proportion, it will give us the correct amount of money we spent this month. Now, let's look at our first example. We have this recipe for black bean soup, and the chef wants to increase the amount of the recipe. So we want to keep everything proportional. We want the recipe to taste the same, but instead of using 1.5 cups black beans, the new recipe is going to have 6 cups of black beans. So we need to write a proportion that gives us the amount of tomatoes in the new recipe. So we're going to set this up using this table, and I'm going to use the columns method. So we'll have 1.5 cups of black beans to 1 tomato equals 6 cups of black beans to X tomatoes. So obviously with more black beans, we're going to have more tomatoes as well, and we could solve this proportion to find that. But right now we're just writing the proportion. Okay, in our next example, we're going to solve the proportion, and we're going to use mental math. So I'm going to rewrite this proportion here. 3 over 2 equals X over 8. This is a great proportion to solve using mental math because we know that 2 times 4 is 8. So all we need to do to find X is think, what is 3 times 4? So in this case, X equals 12. Okay, let's look at another example. We're back to the black bean soup recipe. And now we're going to write and solve a proportion to find how many teaspoons of seasoning are in the new recipe. So we're going to write the proportion and also solve it. So in this case, we know that we still want to increase the black beans to 6 cups. So we can set this up like we did before. 1.5 cups of black beans. But this time, instead of comparing it to 1 tomato, that's going to be for 2 teaspoons of seasoning. And that's going to equal 6 cups of black beans to some number of teaspoons. Okay, so I kind of set this up using the row method again. So to solve this, we're going to see, use a different color here, 1.5 times 4 is 6. So we're basically quadrupling our recipe. So that means we need to do the same thing for our seasoning. So we need 2 times 4 or 8 teaspoons of seasoning in our new recipe. Okay, that's it. Go ahead and try a few on your own, and I will see you soon.